I'm Ms. Artastic, and we're going to be creating some lovely art for St. Patrick's Day using your babies or toddlers' handprints and footprints to make some lovely leprechauns and shamrocks. So grab some finger paint and let's make some art. Alright, so I have my paintbrushes ready to go. I have some colors that I'm going to use, and I'm going to be using watercolor paper. It's just some thicker, nicer looking paper, so it'll give you a nice little texture. I'll hold up the camera so you can kind of see that nice texture it gives. So we're going to use some watercolor paper, and then I have ready to go a very wet cloth for immediate wiping, drying, nice rag there. And then the paints I'm going to be used are Honey Sticks finger paint. I'll link to this in the description down below. I find it's really beautiful, super easy to wash, super thick, and gives like a nice print. And then it's non-toxic. So some of the other finger paints that I've used, they are nice and they're easy to use and have nice fun colors, but they're not very thick, so they almost are like too transparent, whereas this gives a nice opaque look to it. And this is a New Zealand company, I believe. Anyways, super love it. This one is really great. So Honey Sticks, Honey Pots paints. You can see it comes like that. Yeah. So I have an orange and green, and it comes with a few other colors in there. Love them. And it says, then we also have the Colors of the World project paint. This is also, you can take it and mix to create any skin tone. So for your leprechaun, we're going to do, you can use any skin tone color that you want. And I find that's really, really helpful. Yeah, so, and these ones I believe are non-toxic. And look on the back, they even give you a really great diagram for mixing your paints. So you can mix them and to create 14 different other shades. And I think that's really, really helpful. So if you're looking to get the right skin color, you certainly can using this. So I think that's super unique and helpful. And look, I even cut it off and so you can keep this. I just realized. Alright, so we're going to grab our skin tone. You can pick whatever skin tone you would like, and you can paint the entire foot except for the ball of the foot and the toes. So we're just going to take a nice smooth bristled brush so it's nice and soft on our little one's foot. We're going to paint the foot except the toes and the ball of the foot, and this is where you're going to want to keep your wet rag, because right now she's grabbing her foot with her hand, and I have a wet rag so I can go wipe her hand before she puts that in her mouth, because everything goes in her mouth right now. And then I'm going to grab my orange. This is my Honey Sticks orange paint, the finger paint. I'm going to paint her little toes, and then I'm going to paint the ball of the heel there. And then that is looking pretty good. So we're ready to make a print. So we're just gonna take our, and you can see she's grabbing my camera. We're just gonna press down, and we're gonna be doing this nice and easy here. Okay, pressing down. So I just wait till she is ready. And then when she's ready, I press. Have a nice little face shape ready to go. Now I'm painting green onto the hand that I'm going to use to make the shamrock or clover print. I know that there's 5 leaves, but that's okay because I don't want to delete a finger. I feel weird about that. So we're going to take our hand and we're going to place. When she opens her hand, this part's a little tricky. Kind of wait till they're ready. Here we go. Boop. I got a nice little handprint. And every baby's handprint is going to be a little different. I'm just going to fix that palm there. Boop. There we go. So cute. And now we have our shamrock and 2 leprechaun heads, and we're going to go ahead and let that dry. I'm also going to use that green paint to just add a stem at the bottom. All right, to finish this off, we're going to grab a black permanent marker, and we're going to add our leprechaun's hat. So we're gonna start off with a rectangle above the hair of each one, so above your little toes. Nice little slightly curving rectangle. 2 lines up that curve outward. Don't worry if you think, oh, I can't draw. You can draw, you just haven't practiced yet. I believe everybody is an artist, including you. Okay, curving line along the top. I'm gonna make this nice and easy for you. Don't worry, it's all good. I'm gonna line across the middle to make the stripes, and then we're gonna color it in, leaving a little bit of white at the top of each one. And that's gonna be for highlights. I'm making this fancy, my friend. That's why you're here. I will help you through your entire artistic journey for you and for your kids. Beautiful. All right. Next, let's do Leprechaun's face. So we're going to draw a nose in the center of each face. And then on either side of the face, we're going to draw a circle. Then you're going to draw a smaller circle in each circle. Color in the dark of the circle, leaving that little circle the color of skin, and we can always add a little bit of white paint to it at the end to kind of brighten it up again. So don't worry. All right, we're gonna draw a line just below the nose, and then connect it with the letter U, and then from the top corner down to the bottom on each side, we'll draw a curving line and then color in the dark of the mouth, leaving that tongue white for now. Okay, we're gonna draw an ear on each side. That points up, so curve up, down and in, curve up, curve down and in, little letter C. That's how we do it. All right. We'll just add some beard texture down the heel. There we go for the hair. Just add a few details there for the Shamrock. We can switch to a red or pink to color in the tongue. These are alcohol markers. There's all kinds. This is Artist Loft. These are just the Michaels brand ones. These ones are Winsor & Newton. You can get Copic, or I will link to some other options in the description below the video, but they're alcohol markers or permanent colored markers. We're also going to need to color in the band on the hat. They have 2 sides usually for some options, but they're very beautiful to color with. Also color in the ears if you have a color to do that with. And add some little cheeks just below the eyes. Then we'll take a bit of white paint and add that to the eye. So 1 big dot on each eye. Like that, and then we're also going to do just, oops, too much paint there, 1 small dot, like that. See, that just gives it a little bit of life. And just like that, your wonderful St. Patrick's Day artwork in collaboration with your little is done. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and help me get to 1 million subscribers. Let's go, we can do it. I do art for kids, babies, toddlers, and everybody in between. So subscribe to the channel Make sure that you preserve your artwork with some spray varnish. Do not use brush on varnish because that will brush away the washable paint. It's washable even after it dries, so spray on your varnish. I'll link to some in the description of the video, and I'll see you in the next episode.